So the actual, this is from the NEBOSH syllabus, the actual scope of what this is all about. It's just explaining how contractors should be selected, monitored and managed. That's what I was saying, you know, when we say about the client, whoever employs the contractor, the client has as much responsibility as the contractor does for health and safety. Okay. So health and safety of other people. Health and Safety Work Act, which you did with Jackie the other day, section 3 was that duty to other people. So ensuring so far as is reasonably practicable the health and safety of others. Part of that duty includes, you know, if we've got contractors coming on site, it's giving them relevant information for their health and safety, i.e. you might have rules in place about the PPE that's got to be worn. You know, if I go to a low-risk office environment, there's no PPE rules. If I go to a factory or a food environment, then obviously there is PPE. So it's about giving contractors the information for their safety on site. Also, you go into a company, I go in, I sign in, I get to sign, and I get a pass of some sort, a visitor's pass. And on there, it's got the safety information. Usually a visitor's pass will have something about the emergency procedures, i.e. if what to do if the alarm goes off, the fire alarm goes off. It's usually quite basic. Sometimes you get to read through a sheet and you have to sign to say you've read it and understood it. And it's all that part of satisfying Section 3 of the Health and Safety at Work Act. Another duty to others, another bit of legislation here, the management of health and safety at work regulations. Throughout those regulations about the management of safety, so about cooperation between different parties. And again, about relevant information regarding health and safety to each other. Safety of persons working in host employers, i.e. you get somebody into your building, you know, it's your company, it says like you've got the safety responsibilities for them. If you have people go to other companies, there's still that joint responsibility between the host and the contractors. And the same again, temporary workers, yeah, with duties of care, backwards and forwards all over. So that's ensuring other people's safety, that's the whole purpose. Okay, if you were going to get a contractor in, for whatever reason, what might you ask to see from them? Take a couple of minutes, just jot down, make a list of some sort. What sort of documents? Now, some of you might be involved in this anyway, but what sort of documents would you ask to see from a contractor to assess that they are competent? That's a spelling error there. To assess they're competent to come in and do whatever work it is you want them to do. So take a couple of minutes. I'll come back and I'm going to try out the old whiteboard. Success and competence of a contractor. Certainly accreditations to professional bodies. You know, there's all sorts of bodies out there for this. You say, you know, looking at their claims record. Have they got any outstanding claims? Have they got any county court judgments? You know, judgments against them. You know, looking at their health and safety accident record. And a lot of companies will turn around and say, "Oh no, we haven't had any accidents." You know, like if it, well, you know, at some point we would have something might go wrong. But have I had? I don't know if you've done. You probably haven't. A set of regulations called RIDDOR, reporting of injuries, diseases, and dangerous occurrences regulations. So certain accidents, certain events have to be reported to the Health and Safety Executive. So you might ask, you know, have you got any RIDDOR reports, any RIDDOR accidents? So yeah, there's all sorts of ways to say, look at their policies, look at their risk assessments, look at their memberships, qualifications, references, both customer references and financial references as well. All this sort of thing we can do to assess whether a contractor, you know, the better the record, the better the paperwork, usually the better the work as well, the better the company, the more competent they are. Doesn't always work out like that, to be fair. You get very small, like one-man bands, what have you, can be absolutely excellent at their work, who may not have all this sort of paperwork. Control of contractors generally, you know, like it's before we appoint someone, it's you know, making sure we check that they're okay to do it. And the reason being, if it all goes wrong, then as a client, you know, if something goes wrong and people get hurt, including your own employees, in the investigation, they'll be looking at talking to the client, saying, why did you choose that company? What did you do to check their competence? Yeah, so control of contractors and sort of like, you know, how we employ someone is very important, you know, to make sure we get the right people for the right work.